Hello, this is Jebro, and today I'm talking about the PvP features that have changed. And one awesome feature that has been introduced back into the game is queuing outside of the mists. Before, you couldn't queue outside of this tiny area. You literally had to wait for a queue in ranked or unranked, and it would take ages, and you're sitting there and you're thinking, Jesus, I wish I could just go and do maybe a dungeon or go and get some farming done, or just go to a map and run around, or go to World v World like I'm going to right now and maybe get some kind of progress in something else while I wait for a queue. Because if I'm queuing at like 1 AM or something and there's hardly anyone around, then at least I can go and do something else. Like now I can go and do my reward track in World v World and get some armor, hit a few events, and then jump into PvP, which is really good. So that I am a massive fan of. Thank you, ArenaNet. I am literally bowing my head / arms / entire body because of this moment in time. I'm happy. My character is now happy because he gets to lose weight and actually run around outside of PvP, and I can enjoy the game a little bit on a bit more of a wider scale than I did before, because I spent most of my time in the mists in PvP, and now I can move out. That's great. I can do everything I need to do now. So with the July 26th patch as well, we're going to get a new reward track because of the new living story. It is the Stone Fen reward track. So there's one thing about this which kind of sucks in my opinion, but hey ho, is that you have to do, I don't know, a percentage of the story. I'm not sure how much you need to be able to do to get this reward track unlocked, but currently you need to do the Reaper of Magic achievement, which you can see on your screen right now, and it seems like you have to do a part of PV. I'm not sure exactly because obviously I've not done it myself, but you do have to do the story. Now the story is free for everyone when you log in, and you can do the story, and it's not that difficult to access. It's in a new zone anyway as well, so I don't really see how it's that difficult to get completed and done. But still, it means that if you just PvP and you want to get the rewards outside, you have to go and do that part of the story to enable yourself to do it. It's not too bad, but still, I feel like it kind of sucks a bit that you have to go to do the story if you just want to PvP in the game. And obviously, if you haven't got Heart of Thorns, then you can't do it anyway. And I know that if you haven't got Heart of Thorns, you are restricted, but that makes sense. The game is free anyway, free to play normally up until a certain point, and if you have Heart of Thorns, then you can go and do this content for free in the game. It was on 50% sale, so there's not really an excuse. It doesn't really cost that much money, but hey ho, it's just another little thing. I thought it was quite cool that they're adding reward tracks alongside these areas. So this is the map here. You can see there as well, so it's Stone Fen, so you need to complete part of the story or something to actually get access to that track. I will make another video about that in the future though, of course. Now I was with a buddy of mine, Mr. Wooden Potatoes, and we were testing out this map, and I was thinking, what's going to happen now? So we're just about to start the game, readying up, just doing the tournament commands, game start and everything like that. And what happens next is something which I hadn't seen before because it's brand new with the patch. Look at that start up right there. You are given a team name and you can see your character's portraits. Now that would be for all 5 players. And then the notes, it says that if you haven't got anyone assigned to a guild emblem or a guild name, a random one is assigned. And they're sometimes quite funny names and quite random emblems as well. So, there's a new starting kind of animation and new end game animation as well, which looks sleek. It looks pretty nice. That's the one on the screen right now. It shows both teams, and then it kind of combines, and it just shows you the winner of the actual game as well, which is pretty nice. It's pretty tight, I think there's all these kind of quality of life things which needed to be added to the game, which slowly, there you go, there's the wins one. Slowly but surely, we're getting them together. The panel looks bigger, it's nicer, it's a lot more blatant. You don't have to scroll about so much. It's starting to get there. Is it too little, too late? We'll have to wait and see for the future, of course. Revenge of the Capricorn, of course, is a new map as well to Guild Wars 2 PvP. I've done a video on my channel which is talking about it. It's really a guide video rather than talking about the map itself. Basically, you can there's a new set of achievements which you can get for playing this map. They are time gated because you won't be able to complete them after the end of the next season of ranked play in Guild Wars 2. So, you know, even though it's time gated, it's still going to be quite a while off. The season's not even started again. We've only just finished the last season. So you've got a good chunk of time to really get this done, to be honest. Nice set of achievements, really easy to complete as well. You just get some gold, but you get achievement points which people are after. And it's a good way to get PvE players and even World v World players into PvP and playing the new map. Just is really to promote it, you know. Do something to promote the map. Makes sense to me. Everyone wins, you get some achievement points, it's a fun map as well. So check out the description below for the video on the guide of it, and I will also talk in another video in depthly more probably about the map and what exactly it's about, and just walking around, giving you details and what happens as well. The little tiny intricate things which have been put in the map which are very, very interesting, as it is a nice design and it looks very good. You know, it's Lion's Arch, you know, the Capricorn, the Revenge of Capricorn as well, you know, the PvP map ship almost coming back saying, you know what, I want to be a map again. But you can't be, because you've got underwater combat and that's bad in Guild Wars 2 and we don't want that in PvP. So I'm happy that that didn't happen. I'm happy it's back in Lion's Arch where there's the good artwork and the good structural, just everything about the map. It's nice. It's a good map. It's nicely thought out. We'll have to see how well it plays in unranked at the moment because it's in beta, of course, and we'll see if it's going to be usable in competitive play. Now, I don't have footage of this at the moment because obviously this is a client that I get access to just before the launch, which you guys know about and a lot of people know about. If you're affiliated with ArenaNet, of course, we can access this client a few days before and we can make some content. So will be able to, in unranked and when ranked season comes back again, enter something called a team party rollover, which is what they're calling it. So at the end of a ranked and unranked arena matches, there is a period of time during which players can opt in to join a party with the rest of the team. So imagine that, and that's where the ready up button is. So you click a button, and if you're solo, or maybe even if you're two, you can click to join the rest of the members. So if you did well, sometimes you're like, oh shit, I wish I'd actually whispered that guy, or said in team chat, oh you're good, so do you want to team up for the next game? And it's going to be able to help build teams up a lot easier, because that's one problem in Guild Wars 2 PvP, is trying to find other people to play with sometimes, because there isn't a lot of like-minded people. Sometimes it's difficult to do on the forums. People have different play times, different regions and everything else that comes along. So if you're playing, chances are if you're playing ranked or unranked and someone's playing the same time as you, you're going to be in the same region. That's going to help build teams, build competition in the scene, and get people into other tournaments like Academy Gaming or ESL or anything else that's running as well. So I think that's a really, really good touch. And like I said, they're saying that the UI is in the place of the ready up button. I'll do a detailed video about that again in the future when it comes into the game and I can actually play PvP rather than just kind of showing you the maps that are going on right now. Another thing that's been added as well is off-season ranked arena. So ranked arena will now be enabled when league seasons are not active. League achievements will not progress during the off-season, and matchmaking rules are configured so that teams are intended to have an even odds of victory. This matches the behaviour of unranked arena and ranked arena before leagues. Map selection is unchanged. So there we go. We've got some kind of ranked league system, or ranked system, or some way you can actually play against people of similar skill level during an off season, rather than just jumping into unranked and then just playing. You know, I'm trying to say this in a really kind way. Not people like me, because I don't think I'm not average. I think I'm okay. I'm good on my engineer. I know I'm a good player on my engineer now, with the confidence in myself. But rather than going against people who just jump into PvP for dailies, or just jumping into PvP against people who have zero experience, because there's not really a matchmaking in there. There is a little bit, but not much. And it keeps changing, so I'm not even sure anymore what's going on in unranked. But it feels like that we are going to be able to have more competitive games in the off season, which is important to make sure that people are staying competitive, and they're making sure that also they're able to keep their skills up, they're able to have good opponents, and just be consistent, you know, which is important, especially for like pro league players who don't really, other than scrims against other teams, they're not really going to get that practice against people who might be, you know, close to their level. I'm not going to say on their level, but closer to their level. So it's really, really good and really, really important that that has happened. There are updates to Skyhammer and Spirit Watch as well, but I'll go into those in another video. They're not massive ones. They will be in the patch notes as well on the 26th of July. So I'll pop in a note about that in the description. There is something also about standard models. The restriction which are actually loosening up. Standard models are now available in unranked PvP. So now they're going to be across the board. You can use standardized models. We all know what that means. Well, we should do by now. Everyone's a human. You can see the animations clearer, and it's really good if you're new to PvP that you check those out, because you'll be able to learn animations, especially if people are playing Asuras. You know, all the animations will be standard across the board, because you'll know what the humans are going to be reacting to. So that's good. But yeah, other than that, there has been, you know, there's miniature changes here and there. There's quality of life stuff, which I kind of spoke about. There's something else which has been added about reporting players. So you can, there's now been an idle player and a match manipulation option added for reporting players in PvP matches. So you have to report them in the PvP match for those options to be available. You can't do it in the mists, and you can't do it when you're out of the game. It has to be in the PvP game itself. That doesn't mean reporting your mate who is being a dick and you just want to piss him off. Use the system sensibly. I don't know why I even said that. As sensibly as you possibly can, and maybe we'll have a good time with this, and hopefully we can get rid of those people who we all know AFK during the game, just piss us off by no end, make it horrible, and just, you know, make the whole experience, even for new players into the mode, just completely, really a nightmare, to be honest. Other than that, I think I've really gone through the main stuff. You know, main stuff is new map, queuing outside the mists, new reward track. The off-season ranked arena as well is very, very important and very awesome. And also those animations are really, really cool additions to the PvP mode themselves. Makes you feel a bit more special. I know I felt more special inside anyway. But I've been Jebro. This is just a general video. Let me know if you enjoyed this or if you just thought it was a bit crap. But I think it's nice to talk about these things, because people don't really read the patch notes that much, and when you go into the game, you'll be able to see this stuff yourself. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the future for another video.